Differentiate e to the 2x equals the sine of x plus 3y. All right, so how do we find the derivative of something like this, right? We're used to, like y equals, right? Something on the other side. We just find the derivative of this. But we can't really solve for y, right? Right. In this case, we got to use what's known as implicit differentiation. Essentially, we're going to take the derivative of each term with respect to x, okay? But what we're assuming here, what the implicit means is that y is a function of x. Okay, so whenever we take the derivative of y, right, we need to multiply that by dy dx. That's by the chain rule. Okay, so we're going to take the derivative with respect to x of e to the 2x, and we're going to take the derivative with respect to x of the right side, right? The sine of x plus 3y. We're going to, of course, use the same rules. Okay, the rules for exponents here, the rules for trig functions, and of course, we're going to have to use a chain rule for this guy. Well, let's take a look. What is the derivative of e to the 2x? Well, it's just e to the 2x times the derivative of 2x, which is 2. Okay, so that's the left side there, right? We're done. There's no y's on this side, right? What about here? Okay, what is the derivative of this? Well, the derivative of sine, we know, is cosine. So it's the cosine of x plus 3y. But what's the last step? The last step says we need to take the derivative of the inner function here. Right? What is the derivative of x plus 3y? Remember, the key is we are taking the derivative with respect to x. Okay? Well, the derivative of x is just 1. Okay? What is the derivative of 3y, right? Well, using the power rule, right, we'll bring down the 1. Okay, so we get 3 times, well, just 1. But this is where the chain rule comes into play, right? The derivative of y, okay, with respect to x is just dy dx. Okay, that's why here we end up with that 1 plus 3 dy dx. Now, I mean, if you leave your final answer like this, you probably get a couple points off, right? Remember, we got to solve, right? We want to get what does dy dx equal? Okay, so remember, this is a multiplication here, so I'm just going to divide this over to the other side. Okay, so I get 2 e to the 2x over the cosine of x plus 3y, right, is equal to 1 plus 3 dy dx. Okay, so here I'll just subtract the 1 and then divide by 3. Okay, so let me do that. I get 2 e to the 2x over the cosine of x plus 3y, right, minus 1 equals 3 dy dx. And last step here, I'll just divide everything by 3. Okay, so I get 2 e to the 2x over 3 cosine of x plus 3y minus 1/3, and that should equal my dy dx, right? This is going to be the final answer. Notice in the final answer, I do have x's and y's in the final answer, right? And whenever we do implicit differentiation, right, that usually will happen.